All right, guys, I just bought 18 apartments from a random guy on Facebook that I've never met, and I did it using $0 of my own money. And I'm gonna show you the deal. I'm gonna show you some of the apartments. I'm gonna give you the numbers on how much money I'm gonna make. I'm gonna tell you how I funded it, and I'll tell you some things that I've already messed up along the way and things that I've learned. So if you decide to do a deal of this size, you can learn from my mistakes and also just learn that this is totally possible for you, because I'm just a girl and I am just figuring it out step by step. And so I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing and everything that I know.
Y'all, I might be pulling off my craziest deal yet. I just went under contract to buy 21 apartments for $45,000, all on a personal loan. And I am gonna pay the rent, the $30K in rent, on a credit card. So we're going into this with literally like zero of my own money. This is not financial advice. Please don't take it, because you really shouldn't be this leveraged into a deal. And we're gonna see tomorrow. I should sign on the leases, and yeah, I'm just freaking terrified, guys. Terrified.
Good morning, y'all, from Mesa, Arizona. We are in Mesa and we got there last night. By we, I mean me and my dog, and the 18 apartments are real, confirmed. I was a little bit nervous about that because, you know, this random guy from Facebook, he could be scamming me. The apartments are real, and I have a lot of work cut out for me. If you're ever, this is just a pro tip, if you're ever gonna get a turnkey Airbnb, the odds are they're not that turnkey, because you also want there to be a spread between what you think it will do versus like how much more you could improve it. And these definitely have room for improvement. What matters more is there's no water filters, there's no air filters, there's not a lot of kitchen stuff for people to be able to cook, have clean water, and have clean air. And so at the bare minimum, we need to get those three things accomplished. So today is going to be going into each individual unit and seeing what does each one have, what are the problems of each one, and buying 18 of everything. I have to buy 18 air filters, 18 water pitchers, 18 of everything, which is kind of absurd.
Here's the step-by-step that I'm doing once I enter the apartment. And now we're looking for things that have gone wrong in the house. And guys, I'm seriously breaking out in hives. This is crazy. We're looking for things that have gone wrong in the house, things that we need to improve, things that need to get cleaned. Like, for example, this didn't get cleaned after the turn. Like, this is disgusting. This has got to get replaced. Ew. What else? We want to look in the cabinets, like what all junk is in there. Why is the AC this freaking loud? Yeah, like that cup there, gotta go. That's a quick example where you just go through, check all these boxes, see what's wrong with the place. We just keep doing that over and over again. And also, after looking at all of these, we're definitely paying to get them all deep cleaned. What's up, y'all? It's day 2 out here in Mesa, trying to set up all these apartments in the next 5 days, maybe 4 days, because I'm here for 6 days. I don't know. I'm losing track, and it's only day 2. Gotta have the matcha, of course. Now today, well, yesterday, we got the lock so we can access most of these units. And we got the internet names. We got like the basics done. Today, we're gonna get the leases transferred over into my name. Believe it or not, they're not actually transferred into my name yet. So we're getting the leases transferred over. We're getting the utilities transferred into my name. And meeting a cleaner today, because I'm gonna pay her to get all of these units deep cleaned because they're gross, don't love it. We need to start with like a hard reset. Supplies are coming in. They'll probably be coming in over the next few days. I bought over $2,000 worth of supplies. We're talking like 18 of everything, 18 kettles, 18 plastic wraps. Like, it's like just 18 of everything. And so I'm gonna get that organized. I even bought a wagon from Walmart to get delivered here shortly, so then I can kind of transport this all around the units. And then most importantly, we're gonna start listing some of these houses today. I shouldn't say houses, apartments. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're gonna start listing them today. So I'm taking you with me, of course, every step of the way. And we're gonna start seeing, do we start getting bookings in? I'm having it so they don't start until at least the weekend, because your girl needs a little bit of time to get it together.
But starting probably next week, we'll start to get some bookings rolling in and start to hopefully make some money, because your girl got to pay $24,000 in rent today. So yeah, got to be able to stomach that and make profit as quickly as possible.
It's day 4 of setup, guys, and here's what's happening. So storage unit we got inside, because yesterday I went and it was locked. We didn't film yesterday because yesterday I was crashing out. Anyway, today we're so back, kinda. And we got inside the storage unit. All the leases are in my name. We're actually about to go to the leasing office after we get all this stuff inside and see, am I gonna move these 2 units that are kind of busted? We're gonna fix Airbnb because I'm listing my houses and Airbnb is flagging my account and trying to suspend it. Gotta love it. It's very Airbnb of them. And yeah, we're gonna get all this stock moved around. So we're actually getting, I would say we're like a solid 70% of the way through. We're still on track to have these properties ready to go, but at the time I leave Friday night, which is crazy. We'll see if it happens. I'll keep showing y'all across the journey. Can y'all see how much this has aged me in 1 week? This Arizona sun is no joke.
All right, guys. Wow. We have all the stock, buying 18 of everything. 18 dish soaps even. What? And I picked a studio to stay in for some dumb reason. So like literally I have like no space to live in. I got that's it. That's the whole room. Of getting units that have previously been banned is that when you go to upload them, they will likely get banned again. So far, 4 have been banned. We're gonna see if Airbnb will cooperate with me. If I give them a lease, will they let me relist it? Yeah, the game, people. If you try to buy banned listings, it's part of the game.
So let's first talk about why would I even take on 18 apartments, because honestly it sounds kind of crazy to do, and I've only had 3 properties before and they were all houses. I've literally never even done an apartment, and so why would I take on a project of this size? And honestly, it's kind of crazy how it all happened. Again, I just saw this guy on Facebook and I just happened to be scrolling, and he got banned from Airbnb because of bad management and a series of other things. Don't come for me if you see this. You know who you are. Anyway, he got banned, and that is when I took advantage of my opportunity, because he needed to get rid of all the units and he needed to get rid of them fast. And I know how to make money appear out of thin air when I need to. And so I was able to get these units pretty quickly and for a very cheap rate, around $2,000 each per unit. And you can do the math. I paid him around $35,000. Initially, it was actually going to be 21 units, but it ended up turning into 18, and that's just how it kind of shaked out to be. And I took the deal on, because I'll show you guys the numbers in a little bit later in this video, but I took the deal on because basically it was like a fast track to scaling my portfolio, which is exactly what I wanted to do. The problem with doing houses is that you have to put in all this capital to furnish them.
Oh God, help.
That scared the hell out of me. We decided to do apartments, and by we, I mean me. I don't even know who the second person is I'm referring to here. I decided to do apartments because houses require so much more capital up front. Just for context, I could put 50 grand into one house, or I could put 50 grand into 80, I hope not, 18 apartments. Do you see the difference? And of course, the profit's gonna vary. Like a house might get you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a month profit, versus these apartments are probably on the slow months might be like $400 a month, to the high months might be up to $1,500 a month. And on average, they shake out to be around $600 a month. And that was with not as great of management. So my hope is I can actually consistently make over $800 a month profit on each unit. You can do the math, but I'll give you the numbers later. That's a lot of money, and that's a lot of money fast, as long as I was willing to put in the risk. And that is the thing. You're not going to make a lot of money unless you're willing to take the risk, whether that's a financial risk of investing a lot of money or investing time. So like, are you willing to put in the time that it takes to build a business? Because if you're not willing to take some sort of risk, the odds are the returns aren't going to be there. And in this case, this was a huge gamble. I put $80,000 on the line for this, and I have to basically make it work or I'm gonna go bankrupt. So we're gonna see how this pans out. It's probably gonna pan out fine, because I basically just bought into something that was already profitable. This is different than buying a unit that you just are projecting numbers. Like, I'm not projecting numbers, I have actual numbers that say this will be profitable. And so it was a little bit less risky of an investment, but there still is a risk because you're still spending $80,000. And in my case, it was with a guy that I'd never even met, with apartments I had never even seen, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to get scammed. Turns out it wasn't a scam. I'm staying at the apartments. It's going completely fine. But that's why I chose to do this deal, is because it was the fast track to scaling a portfolio. So if you have opportunities like this come up, you need to be taking advantage of them, because they're like once in a lifetime and can change your life, and you're going to regret not doing it. So I wanted to start off the video with that, on why exactly did I take this deal. The next part of this, we're going to talk about the numbers behind the deal and how I funded it. And then we're going to get into all the things I've pretty much done wrong so far, and I'm going to show you a couple of them. Okay guys, now as part of this deal, I got 2 units that honestly kind of janky. This one has had a incident with traffic that I can't say because this will get banned from YouTube, and is kind of ghetto. So we're going to go check it out. We're getting rid of it in a month because I cannot be associated with this, but I just wanted you guys to see how it was, so you could see just like how bad it is. Let's check it out. So remember, we're getting rid of this, so if you choose to stay at any of these apartments, you will not end up staying here. This is locked, isn't it? Yep. When you walk in, you'll get a nice mildew smell that may make you feel inflamed, like you have pneumonia. And you can get a nice little patio with 0 chairs for you to sit at, or you can enjoy this furniture that looks like it was bought at Dollar Tree. Am I killing you right now? Or you can enjoy this closet that is falling off. And the best part is that there's dry wood that has water damage, so it just completely makes this house smell terrible. Or if that's not all, you can go inside this kitchen and enjoy this really like 1970s oven, or this dishwasher that looks like it was made in the 1800s. Yeah, we have so many options here for you. Or if this wasn't enough, you can enjoy this bedroom, which also smells like mildew, by the way. Oh, I forgot about the sink. This sink, I don't even know what's happening here, but help, okay? We have another little patio. If the front patio didn't suit your taste, if that's, you know, you just want to hang outside, smoke a little bit, don't smoke in my Airbnbs, I'll hurt you. But you can also enjoy the sound of traffic and a whole bunch of nothing. So yeah, that's what we're getting rid of. So there's 2 units kind of like this one. They're done. We're changing them this month, and we're gonna have all new units that just, you'll see the other units here. I just wanted to show you the bad one first. We're gonna show you a good unit or 2, so you can see what you'd actually look like if you stayed here and get a sense for what actually was part of this deal. What's up guys? I'm gonna show you one of the units that is a little bit more updated, so you can kind of compare the difference between the busted ones and these ones. Come on in. All right, again, y'all better not come for me on the design of these. I did not design this. Y'all know this is not up to my standard, but you know what? They make money, so we're gonna cash flow first, redesign second. So pretty consistent layout across the board, where they all have this just like off table futon situation. This one has a nice little patio that outlooks, and that one actually has seating, which I love for me. All right, and then this one has a little bit of a more modern kitchen. So this one actually doesn't look like it was built in the 1700s, so it will photograph a lot better. And not much to share other than, you know, we just got them all up to standard pretty much. We got them to actually be able to cook and clean on their own. Got them the basics. Like, do they even have enough silverware? Do they have dish soap? Do they have a sponge? Like, we literally just did the bare minimum to help elevate this and keep us with those 5-star reviews. Now, I'll show you the bedroom and bath situation. So most of this portfolio is 1 bedrooms. There's no light in here. I'd love that. Okay, let's just, 1 second. Okay, we have this in here, just simple queen beds in all the 1 bedrooms, which kind of surprised by that he went with a queen instead of a king, because kings tend to make more money. Whatever, we're just working with what we got. So we got all queens in the 1s, and then the 2 bedrooms have 1 king and 1 queen. And the bathrooms are not too bad looking either. They definitely look better than the other units. They're just pretty much all white. Not much to share here, and they have a shower tub. Yeah, they're all like pretty boilerplate for the most part, but the thing is, they cash flow. So we didn't have to put in a lot of effort. I say we, technically, tell you who you'll meet here in a minute, had to put in a lot of effort, but There wasn't too much. We didn't. It was mostly turnkey. I would argue that this was probably like 85% turnkey, and most of the units look kind of like this. Also, one of the fun parts about having an apartment instead of a house is that I get cool stuff like this, and I just want to show you guys different parts of the building. So we out here playing soccer or football, depending on however you want to do that. But I want to take some time to tell you guys about the mistakes that I've made so far and some things that I've learned along the way, even just being here a week, and also just kind of since the deal started. For context, this deal probably started maybe around a month ago, if that, maybe 3 weeks ago. The deal kind of hit my desk again from Facebook, and I just messaged the guy first. I'm like, is this even legit? Because this could be a scam. And that was probably the first mistake I made, was I actually didn't move quick enough on this deal. I still got it, but it's because I put in a higher offer than other investors, because other investors actually were trying to chomp at the bit at this. And one of them actually went under contract, but I came in with a higher offer, so he chose to go with me instead. And so that's the first thing, was that I should have moved on this faster. And so remember, time kills all deals. And so if you can't move quickly on a deal because you're too nervous, get over it. It's literally you versus you. And if you can just get over that fear faster, you will get the deal. Do not be like me and take too long. It still worked out for me, clearly, but it could not have. And there was a few days there where I thought I lost this deal, and I genuinely felt so much regret and like sadness, and was just kind of depressed over it, to be honest. And so that's the first thing. Time kills all deals. Move fast if you see a good opportunity. Okay, I actually wrote down these mistakes for y'all so that way I wouldn't ramble as much as I normally do. Okay, the next thing that I kind of messed up on is I should have prioritized listing these as quickly as possible. I didn't do that. I prioritized getting the operations and then restocked first, instead of prioritized listing them first. And so as a result, I have not a lot of bookings here in August because I'm just now getting them listed, and it's August like 18th. And had I had maybe started right away, as soon as the contract was signed, started listing them, I could have made more of my costs back, which kind of is a little bit crossed between the other mistake I made is I didn't negotiate on rent, and I absolutely should have. I paid a portion of all July's rent, and I paid half of August rent, even though I didn't move here until August 18th and 17th. I moved here at some point in the middle of August, okay? And I still had to pay all of August rent. That doesn't seem like a lot, but whenever you're multiplying that times 18, I just paid $26,000 in rent. I'm not going to be able to make $26,000 in 2 weeks. And so it's putting me back 2 weeks behind that I have to go recoup later during the peak season, versus maybe if I had just asked, they would have given it to me. Even if they didn't, what's the quote by Michael Scott? I miss 100% of the shots I don't take. I didn't ask, so it wasn't given to me. Or I could have negotiated it in the contract with the guy I bought this from. Like, hey, I didn't sign the contract till this day. I shouldn't have to pay all of August rent. There's a lot of different things that I could have done there to negotiate better terms. I didn't do it, so it's my own fault. But as a result, I had to pay a lot of money up front. And again, I'm gonna go through all the costs here on how much exactly line by line everything cost me. But yeah, that was a $26,000 cost that I thought was gonna be closer to $15,000. And so thankfully I had the funds to be able to pull that together, but I could have avoided that had I had just negotiated up front. I was so concerned about the speed of the deal closing and having the best terms that I kind of screwed myself over in the process. So if you are thinking about taking on all these units at once, and this doesn't necessarily apply if you're doing units that are new, because usually they'll give you rent concessions and give you rent for free. But if you're taking on turnkey units, usually you have to start paying the rent right away. So something to think about if you're going to take on somebody else's deal. Can you negotiate rent, or just get the terms in your favor? Don't even think about price. Always think their price, your terms. So in this case, I should have negotiated better terms that were better in my favor, because it kind of screwed me over. Other two mistakes that I've made so far is I didn't hire help sooner. I thought that I could handle this on my own. I absolutely could not. There was a team of literally like 7 people one day that are out there trying to clean the units and get them ready for me. And so I had this whole cleaning team, like restocking and helping me get the units ready. And I had my friend Christina actually helping me list the homes. I'm just trying to hang on by a single thread. And so I highly recommend having a team in place before you even start the deal, like start making those connections, because it's going to make the process so much easier for you. I literally showed up at Arizona with no context of anything, and it took me a lot longer to get the help that I needed because I didn't start that process sooner. So I'd also recommend starting that sooner. The last point, or the last mistake I made, is also underestimating how much time it was going to take, which is also what led me to hiring all these people to help me. Because whenever you're taking on a deal of this size, every task that you think would be short, like 5 minutes, in this case, I have to multiply it times 18. This literally happened to me where I was trying to sign up for insurance. It took me 5 minutes to do one, but because I have to do 18 of them, it took me over an hour. And imagine that's with setting up the electricity, setting up the internet, setting up the guidebooks, even just putting papers in the binders. Every single thing that I do takes me over an hour because I'm doing it 18 times. Don't even get me started on how long it takes to put a listing together. That's easily like an hour each, so 18 hours of time. And I didn't think about that because I was only used to doing 1 unit at a time. And so I just estimated the time and the workload like it was 1 unit instead of the fact that it's actually realistically like 18 units. And the thing is, part of with just being in this business is that you only have to do this crazy period once of setting the listings up and getting everything set up. You have to basically grind, and then it becomes easier after that. And so the rest of this process will be a lot easier. There's still things that are going to go wrong. Things are going to break. You guys still do your turns. But the actual setup of all these listings and everything, just factor in how much time it's actually going to take you and hire, and delegate.
God, delegate.
Don't be like me and try to hold on to everything right away. Like, just as soon as you can, delegate it out, record videos and teach people how to do it and get it out there. And it's going to make the process a lot easier for you to set up. So that's everything that I've learned so far in this 1 week of being here. And y'all know how I do. I'm going to tell you everything that I keep messing up on along the way. But that's everything that I've kind of messed up so far. We've already got bookings though, so it's going to make money. But it's still, I did make some mistakes on the setup that I probably could have saved me a nice solid 20 grand, but it happens. That's just business, baby. The way you get better at it is by being in the game. You can't get good by watching the sidelines. Now let's talk about how did I just come up with $80,000? Because I know y'all are all wondering or thinking, I can't do that. I don't have $80,000. Shut the hell up, because I'm going to tell you how to get $80,000 out of thin air, okay? So there's 2 parts to this. The first part of this was a personal loan. The personal loan, where's the dog? Okay, we can keep that in there. The dog is dogging. All right. So the first part of this was a personal loan, okay? The reason why we went the personal loan route is because I needed to show proof of funds to the guy I was buying this from, or else he wasn't gonna consider me for the deal. And so I had to show proof of funds the next day to say I had $50,000 to be able to spend. And so I go to the bank, I go to Lightstream. I can put a link below if you're interested, get some money. And they gave me $50,000 literally the next day at 6% interest. And so I could send a screenshot to said investor, hey, I have the capital if you want to work with me. Because if you don't show people you got money, they ain't even going to want to talk to you. And so I showed them that I have money, even though I technically really didn't. And, well, it's actually money. It's real money, but it wasn't money I actually had, okay? So that's the first part of this. That's what funded that 35. But now we have this other 50,000 or so worth of expenses. Where did that money come from? Now we're going to enter credit stacking, okay? I made a whole separate video about this that I'm going to link here, and I talk about what credit stacking is and how I use it to pay for my Airbnbs. But essentially, I got these high limit, 0% business credit cards. And so that because there's 0% interest, I pay them back over time, anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And that is how I'll pay back slowly with the profit of this, pay back that debt. So I didn't actually have to come out of pocket with my own money and say, here's $80,000. I asked good old Chase Bank, good old Lightstream, good old US Bank, hey guys, can I take your money and buy this deal? And they said yes. And so that's how I pay for everything. That's how I'm going to keep paying for rent, because that's how you don't pay for flights and get all your travel for free. And so if you are like, oh my God, I don't know how to start, I don't have money, watch this video, learn how to credit stack, learn how to actually get some money, because I didn't have $80,000. I created $80,000. And yes, it's $80,000 of debt, but here's the thing. It requires money to make money, and Pitbull said it best, scared money don't make money. So be willing to drop that money in order to actually get something with it and do something with your life. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I know, y'all are dying to know the numbers behind this deal now. So I'm gonna tell you how much it costs for me to get all this to not be as to be quite frank. So here's how much it costs. First, I had to pay this guy $35,000 to get all these units. And so you're shaking out around $1,800, $19 a unit. We're gonna put a little edit right here so you guys can do some math. So $35,000, okay? The next thing I had to pay for is around $27,000 in rents and fees. because I had to pay all of August rent and I had to pay fees for July's rent, which is awesome. I love that for me. And so I had to pay for a lot of rent and I didn't even move here until the 15th. And so, yeah, there's that. And then I paid around $800 in credit card fees for the rent because you already know your girl's trying to get points and not pay for flights. I'm paying around $150-ish a month for insurance, about $1,000 a month for internet, even though about 80% of my internet's broken, which is awesome. I love that. And then I got electricity on. That's going to shake out to be around $65 a month. So math, I'll put some math here on about how much that should be a month. But here's the thing. Electricity company was like, oh, by the way, we're going to hit you with a $240 deposit for every single place because your LLC is under 2 years old. So that's a nice little $5,200 out the window on top of all of this. And then because everything was kind of just disgusting, I had to get it deep cleaned and carpet shampooed. And I think that's about it. Yeah, just deep cleaned and a little bit of restocking too. We'll put that here. And so we're just adding up all the fees here. The handyman, he's cute, but he's expensive. And so I don't know how much he's going to cost me, but he's probably going to cost me at least $500 because they're cool and all, but they are not cheap. And then stocking everything cost me around $3,000, which wasn't terrible. I actually expected it to be more, but there was still a good bit of stuff here. So, and then the last thing I had to pay for was $1,000 worth of travel because I had to stay here longer than expected and I had to pay about $1,000 because of the rental car. So adding that all up together, we're sitting at a nice $80,000 to get this actually up and running. And it was supposed to be $35,000 for turnkey units. You do the math. I paid $80,000. It was actually supposed to be $35,000. It is what it is. It's going to make the money back. Now on the second part of this, I'm going to tell you how much money they're projected to make so we can do the numbers here on how much it's going to make versus that $80,000 and when am I going to make that $80,000 back.
What's up, guys? So this is several months later that I'm filming this. This is in December and I launched these back in September, and I'm just now putting together this video for you guys showing you the hard numbers of launching 18 units. And so this is the numbers that I know you guys all been wanting to see, and I waited a few months so that way I can underwrite this better and have numbers that are a little bit more realistic. And so I wanted to show you guys this because no one really talks about this online. I feel like they just like, oh my god, you can make this much money from Airbnb arbitrage. I'm literally showing you the hard numbers and how they do it without charging you $10,000 for a course, so they can kick rocks. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you guys how this deal turned out. So as you know, here, this is the initial investment, right? So I spent around $80,000 to get this kind of off the ground, right? And here at the right, there's 3 different scenarios. So we have conservative, expected, and the best case scenario, we'll call it here to not get demonetized. And with that, you don't have to pay attention to this one too much, but that's a different coach that I have. And with that, essentially this will tell you, okay, this is what you should expect in the slow month, this is what you could get in an average month, and this is what you could get in your best months. And I base this around like, what did that guy previously get? And that's a little bit higher than the numbers he previously had because I have to factor in the 15% service fee that Airbnb now charge hosts. So I basically have the amount that he would have made in these months, and then I added 15% to accommodate for the what am I trying to say here? I added the 15% to accommodate for the hosting fee, so that way it basically neutralizes itself. So I would raise my prices, and I am going to be charging cleaning fees, so this is a pass-through cost that I won't actually really incur that much. And so with that being said, that's how these numbers kind of came to be. And then in a slow month, expecting that, within the best month, expecting that, it shakes out to be, okay, maybe in a slow month, I'll make between $3,000 and $5,000 a month profit, and then in an average month, if things go well, make around 15. But I would say this is going to be probably between 12 and 15,000 a month profit, and then on my best month in March, I should make over 30,000 profit, ideally. And so with that, you then have to calculate, okay, well, how many months are you expecting of that? So I know, okay, I'm probably going to have 5 months of slow season, 3 months of summer to like kind of months outside of summer. Then I'll have 5 good months. So like, October, this actually probably be that, because that equals 12. I just did the math there. And then 1 month in March where it's going to be really good. And so with that, basically 5,000 times 5, and then 14,000 times 6, 30,000 times 1. You get the gist. That leads to a total revenue of $687,000 with a total profit of $142,000 is what is expected. So if I spent $80,000 and I'll make average back $140,000 a year, you do the math, I'd be paying off all the debt within 2026. Honestly, ideally paying it off probably by the end of peak season in March or April. Now, the problem that I have faced is I have been getting hit with reviews from these apartments because, as you saw, they're not really the nicest of apartments. So I'm actually in the process of calling apartments to move all of these apartments over to a new, nicer building. I'm going to get rid of all the apartments over the course of the year, but 11 of them end at the end of February. Their leases end. And so I'm going to film a whole video on that as I go through that process. But here's the catch, guys. If I can get rent concessions because I'm taking on so many units, I can not pay rent in peak season. Essentially, getting rid of this whole $25,000 cost. Once that goes away, look at these numbers, right? You're making $30,000 to $50,000 a month profit for those couple of months, and that would allow me to pay off the debt in huge sums because I've already got all the furniture, and so it was just allow me to pay off all this debt at a much faster rate. So I'm gonna film another video showing you guys, because the whole point of this is to just show you I'm just a girl who's taking risks and figuring it out step by step, and so can you. So I wanted to show you guys these numbers that basically paid $80,000 to get I don't even want to say mostly, a somewhat passive $140,000 a year gig, if everything goes as intended. And he made around, if I looked at it correctly, he made closer to, I think, around 120,000 and whenever he was doing it, and it wasn't with the best management, so I definitely think I can confidently hit 145. So I'll keep you guys posted as things go on and I get new apartments. Thanks for watching the journey. Of course, like and subscribe if you want to see more real raw footage of what it takes to have your own business, take risk, and get after it. So follow along, subscribe, like, do all the things. If you want to hire me to manage or design or install your Airbnbs, you know what to do. Check out the link below. Peace.